In St. Joe, we see a lot of different types of foundations. There are newer poured concrete walls, but we spend a large portion of our time dealing with stone foundations, block and mortar foundations, crawl spaces, and even brick. We have foundations that are made of brick that were turned to the century homes, and much like stone foundations, there's lots of break points in those types of foundation walls, and when they begin to move, we have techniques that can ultimately resolve those types of issues. In the dry season, those walls will begin to move in or cave in or start to bow and crack, and they'll also begin to settle. And so when it comes to settling any of those types of foundations, piering can take care of the issue. With brick and stone foundations, we can stop the settlement. We can't necessarily recover the loss, but we can make sure that no additional settlement is going to take place. If it's a block and mortar or a poured foundation, we can actually recover a lot of that loss. So if you have cracks in your walls or doors that are sticking or windows that are sticking, that's a sure sign of settlement and those types of settlement issues that follow along with it. But we can stop the settlement and we can even recover it depending on the type of foundation wall. We also do a lot of posts and beams, and so many of those beams and posts that are in the basements are static. They're not adjustable, and so we can pour new footings. We can put adjustable posts in there, so we can take care of the bumps in floors or the depressions in floors, and so we do a lot of post work and beam work. If it's an old wooden beam and it's showing signs of wear and tear, we can actually replace those with structural I-beams as well. And then in the wet season, during the spring and the late fall, we have every type of waterproofing technique for any type of foundation. From sump pump systems, to interior drains, exterior waterproofing, crack injections, I-beams again, and our wall pushbacks when the walls begin to move in. You name it, we can solve it here at KC Pier. I guess the biggest problem with foundation problems, whether it's cracks or water in basements, is the issues just simply don't resolve themselves. And the sooner that you tend to resolve the issue tends to save you money, because the issue is only smaller and escalating. It is on a curve to escalate and extrapolate and get worse. And the repair bills, as the repair gets worse, only get bigger. So we can go, for example, from a 2 or 3 I-beam wall and resolve that for just a few $100s, but if you allow that wall to continue to move, that wall can then become a few $1,000s. And most repairs, when it comes to whether it's structural and settling or walls or cracks that are getting worse, or waterproofing, if the water is showing up in one corner, it'll begin to kind of spread along the walls and maybe find itself through different corners. If you can resolve that early enough, you can stop the issue right away and it won't get worse, which ultimately is going to save you money.